Welcome to Goosey Fibers podcast episode. I am Kate. I am the dyer behind Goosey Fibers. I'm sorry about the lighting in here. We're rearranging this room and it's like all of our lighting is right here in the corner, so it's sort of washed out over here. Also, you're going to notice that I have a 3-year-old here with me. This is Goosey himself. There he is. He really likes cameras and he really likes seeing himself on camera, so he's probably going to be butting in here and there. There's not a lot I can do about it. It's like really hard to be a yarn dyer and have a 3-year-old at home. Anyway, I just wanted to...
This is me. You can see you and...
I just wanted to
You can see you and...
August.
There.
I just wanted to touch base because I haven't podcasted in a really long time and I've had a lot of people asking about where I've been. And honestly, the truth is it's just busy. It's, you know, it's a lot of work.
Stop.
Do you want to go in the other room?
Oh, don't like rooms.
You don't like rooms. Anyway, it's a lot of work running a business and dealing with this one, and sort of just all the admin, and podcasting always kind of ends up at the bottom of the list and then never gets done. And then Damien, my husband, and I did a couple podcasts together, and I ended up not ever publishing them because I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I felt like they were annoying me and I didn't want to, watch myself on camera. And so we'll see if this one gets published because it's off to a rough start. Okay, so where have I been? What have I been doing? I forget even how to start these. I have been working a lot. I'm really excited actually. I thought summer was going to be a really slow time for the business because it's hot, and it was a really hot summer. And it was actually a really busy summer. It was a ton more orders than we were expecting. So yeah, we kind of just put our heads down and we worked all summer. Yeah, we didn't take any breaks, I don't think. I had a birthday, we went whale watching, and that was about it. Our latest break, I guess I'll just start talking about it, was last week. We took 3 days off midweek and we brought August to my parents' house. It was our first time away from him, and we went to New York City and we saw The Cursed Child on Broadway, and it was the best thing. If you can get tickets, I recommend it. I know it's not good for the bank account and it was hard on our bank account, but it was so good. I feel like I want to put my hair up. Is that better? Feels better. It was the most magical thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. I don't even have words for how good it was. I was like crying a tiny bit during it. That's not working. And it was just the coolest thing seeing little kids dressed up in robes and at intermission sort of running through the halls, because it felt like a Hogwarts. It felt like there was real magic happening. And I'm not going to say too much about it because the whole thing is keep the secrets. So it was the most magical thing I've ever seen. I desperately want to see it again. Yeah, if anyone wants to go in a group, let me know. Maybe we can do something. It was just the best thing ever. And you may have noticed a lot of my colorways have been sort of some Harry Potter, but a lot less lately. Because I've seen there's so many dyers doing Harry Potter stuff, and I just felt like I wanted to do my own thing, and I didn't want to sort of all just be the same. But after seeing it, hi Loopy, I just reinvigorated my love of that whole world, and I have so many ideas, and
I can blanket.
I know.
Blanket.
And I'm really excited to get some new Harry Potter colors out there. So start looking for them this fall and through the winter, I think. Also, I'm doing an advent calendar again this year. Those will be shipping out early to mid-November. And there's going to be some Harry Potter colors in there. I guess since I'm talking about it, I should say I love my advent calendar this year. I was saying, anyone that asked, I was like, it's kind of rusticy with some Harry Potter and some pop culture references. And it is, and the rustic is on key, and I love it. I loved last year's advent, but this year's advent is so much better. It's also, it is a little bit more expensive because
You have to pet the pipes.
it comes with a full skein on Christmas Day or the 25th day. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. It's just basically a countdown with yarn. And I just love it so much. I don't know. I want to show everybody all the colors, and it's killing me that I can't post them. I'm definitely keeping one for myself. So right now we're working on, last year I individually wrapped everything with like label tags for the names and everything, and it worked fine. But this year I really want like a custom advent box. And I honestly don't know if it's going to happen or not. It's been really difficult getting anybody to call us back. It's frustrating. Unfortunately, the only box company that has called us back is located in Canada, and they don't ship to the United States because it's just expensive, and they don't want to deal with it. And so they gave us references for some people in Boston, I think, wherever it was, and they called us back and said they can't do it, that they don't do advent boxes, and then they gave us a number of a smaller place in Boston, and he's not calling us back, and it's just like kind of really frustrated with the whole process. I love advent calendars. I love making them, like dyeing them up, and I am very frustrated this year with sort of the things that are out of my control. It's really getting to me. So I hope we'll have these cool boxes, but I don't know. I'm going to be so disappointed. Please, August, go into the other room, please. Stop. Okay, you don't have to go, but you have to be quiet. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I can't handle it. He's got his blankie and he's like looking at me all pouty. Anyway, yeah, I really hope these advent boxes happen. If they don't, maybe next year. I don't know. Yeah, so there's that happening. That's been actually a big thing. We've had a few trunk shows this summer. We had one at my local shop at Yarn's End in Norwell, Massachusetts. That was really fun. And then we had another one at Love to Knit in East Greenwich, Rhode Island, and that was so great. I really loved meeting the owners there and everyone who came. It was so great. Both of the shows were so fun. And we have another one coming up in Boston. I'll have some more details as it gets closer, which actually it's really close, but I'm not going to be there. It's sort of like the yarn will be there and I won't. So I don't know if that's called a trunk show or I don't really know. But I'll post some details below and I'll fill you in on Instagram as it becomes clearer. So yeah, that's it. And I've decided from here on I'm only gonna do one trunk show a season because it's so much, and I felt like a lot of my orders kind of fell back because I was dying so much for the trunk shows that everything felt like it was running late, So if your order felt like it was really at the end of like the acceptable time frame for shipping, I'm really, really sorry. I hate doing that. I was just, you know, it's just me dying and it's a lot. Yeah, and it's also, this weather is the worst. I've never experienced humidity like this. I don't live in a tropical place. I think this is what it feels like. It's all summer and still it's been just humid and raining every single day and hot. It's like, today's like the first cool day, so I hope it is actually signifying the beginning of actual autumn in terms of feeling. Excuse me. But it's been, I mean, we have spin dryers to get all the moisture out. We have dehumidifiers and we have these industrial fans going. Loopy, that's enough. Go on. Go on.
That's enough, Loopy!
Loopy's trying to snuggle. Yeah, and it's just nothing's drying. It's just been a season. It's been good, but it's been a lot, and I am a little bit burnt out. No, Loopy, go on. Go, 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 go. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about finished objects because I have a few of them. I haven't podcasted in forever, so let's just, I guess, do it in the time that I finished them. So, first was Andrea Mallory's Drea Renee Knits, the Golden Hour Shawl. I hope you can see this. I think it's the prettiest thing ever. It's worsted weight, so it goes really, really fast. It's a stranded knitting. I get mosaic knitting, so it's not color work where you have all these, like, I forget the word, where you're stranding things? Yeah, it's not stranded knitting. It's mosaic. It's, yeah, it's not your regular color work. So mosaic knitting is like you actually slip stitches rather than knitting them, and then come back on the next row with the next color. And so it creates these, I mean, it looks just like regular color work, but it's not stranded yarn in the back. It's just slipped and carried over. And it's amazing. It's got all these beautiful eyelets. It has some baubles, which I did in the dark color so you can't quite see them so well. Well, you kind of can, maybe a little in the light. Anyway, I used buckbeak, and I used lightning sand, and I used city spires, and I love it. I really, really love it. I knit so many shawls, and then I don't actually wear shawls because I get too warm and I don't like things around my neck. But let's see if I can move this back so you can actually see it. Like that. Yeah, I don't know quite how to wear it yet, but I love it so much. I really think you should knit it. If you haven't knit it, you definitely should. It took no time at all. It is a game of yarn chicken at the very end. I actually, at the Pico bind off, she calls for, I think it's color A or B, whatever my buckbeak color was, A, for the bind off, or A or B, I forget which one. And I used color C, the City Spires, one because I love that color, and two because I wasn't sure I had enough of color B. And I did not want to play yarn chicken. And so I just used color C, and it worked out great. I love it. It's just this beautiful drape. It's nice. It's not like this gigantic shawl. It's kind of just right for this sort of deal, I think. Yeah, like that. And it was like kind of the beginning of me sort of feeling rustic colors this season. Oh, I love it so much. So yeah, I had such a blast knitting it. I actually tried to do a knit along, but then my grandma died, and it was like every single time I try to host a knit along, someone close to me dies, and I was just like, that's it. I don't want to do it anymore. It's too much. So if you were going to participate and then it sort of disappeared, I'm really sorry. There was just a lot going on, and it was like too much on my plate that I had to sort of start getting rid of some things. So I'm sorry. So anyway, from that, I always sort of do like, if I do a heavyweight in one project, I like immediately want to do a lightweight, and vice versa. So I went from that to Andrea Mowry's Birds of a Feather. Am I showing you the right side? I think so. Which is, I love it so, so much. So much. I believe it's 2 strands of fingering weight, and you like it on you? Goosey's playing with the end of it. And I can't remember how much of the mohair lace weight. One or two. I want to say 1, Hank, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I have some leftover of both, and they're gonna go into my penguono, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, it's so beautiful. It's like you do these like
I don't like it.
eyelet bits, and then garter, and then eyelet, and then the lace, the mohair, the Goosey halo is, I believe it's just garter. And it's just, I can't wait to start wearing this one. This one I'll definitely wear more. See? It's just so beautiful. This is terrible lighting. I'm really sorry. I asked for a nice camera for Christmas, so hopefully I'll get one and I can fix this situation. Anyway, I just love it. It's so ethereal. It's so pretty. And I used one color, just in 2 different bases. I used Orion's Belt as the color, and so they're in Goosey Sparkle, actually, which I don't really recommend sparkle yarn for light colors because it really doesn't show up. Sparkles show up really well on dark colors, and you know, they're there. It's obviously there, but it's just not like, what's the point in a light color, I guess? So I had some left over, so I just grabbed it, and then August, oh my gosh. And then also in the halo, I think it's so beautiful. It's just this super pale, like purpley gray color, and then just tons and tons of speckles all through it. That's Orion's Belt, which is one of my colors in my, I don't know, Galaxy set. I don't know that I've been calling it anything in particular. But one good thing I love about summer and fall, or yeah, any season really, is just I love stargazing, and I just think it's such a romantic thing when the weather's warm, so I did this whole stars collection. I'm not going to do a whole show you what's in the shop because it's been such a long time since I podcast that I feel like I'm going to have like 50 yarns here that I'd have to go through, and I always think that's the most boring part of watching anyone else's podcast, so I don't want to do it on mine. And the oven just went off, so I have to go. Okay, my last finished object. It's actually not fully finished because I haven't woven the ends in or blocked it because it's gross and rainy and disgusting out, and I don't think it'll happen for a few days. But I loved this knit. I just wanted to talk a lot about it. This is the Braille Shawl, so you can tell it needs to be blocked. And this I did all in my linen base, which I actually took out of the shop because it wasn't selling, even though I think it's like the most amazing base ever. It's lightweight. I feel like you could wear it for a summer sweater, but it's great for like layering. And it's so soft, and it just feels like this really luxurious yarn. It's what is it? It's silk and linen, and
I don't know how to call it.
I forget what the other quality is. Alpaca, baby alpaca. It's baby alpaca, silk, and linen. And it's like warm and cool. I don't know. It's the best. So I'm thinking of putting it back in the shop and seeing what people think. We'll see. Anyway, this is the Braille Shawl. It's by Irene Leah on Ravelry. Braille, like Braille. She is actually donating funds that she raises from this pattern to a school for the blind where she lives in South Africa. It has a quote by Nelson Mandela on it. It's something like, courage is not the absence of fear, but, oh my gosh. I'll put it in the information below. I'm so brain dead today. It's just the coolest thing. So the Braille is done in baubles at the bottom. So I'm hoping, it's hard to see if you can see them. Oh gosh. I'm trying to hold this in a way to show you. It's so hard. Oh my gosh. See all these baubles in this dark part here? That's Braille. How incredible is that? So like you could run your hands over it and read it if you could read Braille. I can't. So I'm trusting that, yeah, it's just, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful idea. And I love that it goes to a good cause. And I'm pretty sure this is like her first ever pattern, which is insane that she comes out with something this incredible. August, stop. Please, stop. Let go. 3-year-olds, man. She comes out with something this amazing on like her first pattern. I love these bits. It's so beautiful. Her chart work is so easy to read. And you don't have to like purl on the way back because she liked the texture of a ribbed stitch in the chart. So it's just, it's just the coolest thing. And it's like baubles throughout and little beautiful eyelets and these stripes, and it's just so good. I don't know. I really don't know how she did such an amazing job, but it's awesome. I really encourage you to go give it a try. It's fingering weight. It's four cakes of yarn. Yeah. It took kind of a while, honestly. It is definitely a big project, but it's unlike anything I've seen on Ravelry. It's so totally unique. And I just think, I really hope she does something else because she's incredible if this is like her first thing. So, yay. Definitely go get it. Definitely knit it. It's so worth it. And sometimes, like, when I'm knitting, I really like to feel like I'm getting things done. Like, I like a certain amount of rows completed in a day. And this ends up with something over 600 stitches per row at the end. But it ends up not being frustrating because you have all these charts to work from. And so you still feel like you're getting a lot accomplished, even though it's maybe your row count goes down. Like, you go through the charts and that feels, I don't know, it works for me. It fills whatever that need is in me, that I need certain things done. It did it for me. I love it. I kind of wish there was another pattern that I could just jump into because I love it so much. I loved working on it. Those are all my finished objects, and now I just have whips. If you'd like to see, they're kind of a disaster. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm off camera for a second. My penguono is what I'm trying to reach over here, and it is a monster. Oh my god. Here's my bag of penguono. These are all my leftover bits of yarn from other projects and from last year's Advent. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I was knitting on this exclusively forever, and then I just suddenly just lost the drive. And I'm hoping it comes back because it's huge and it would be a shame if I just never pick it up again, especially because it's on like my signatures, which I definitely want back at some point. So I'll show you. I guess I lost the drive because I don't know if I'll ever wear it. Like, it's so much, you know? For one, it's so heavy. And for two, it's just like, I like very neutral colors, and this is not neutral, even though I guess for a lot of Penguonos I've seen it is neutral. It's just, it's a lot. So here it is. Yeah, this is the front. It's really hard to hold it up. It's so heavy. Yeah, I don't know. I hope I don't sound like disappointed. It's been really fun, and I've never knit like ridges before, and it was surprisingly easy, and it was like, wow. The thing I love about any sort of Stephen West pattern is like, I learn something every time. Every time I feel like, oh, I've already knit stuff like this, or oh, I already know how to do that. Then like Stephen West releases a pattern, and even if it's not my style, I try it out because it's like, I know I'm gonna learn something. And I definitely did with this piece. It's really interesting construction. I love how it's like patchworks bits. Yeah, so it's just wild. You can see it's a lot of, I tried to do like the bulky weight because I wanted it to be, thank you honey, I wanted it to be really big and sort of like a jacket. So I was holding like 3 to 4 strands of yarn at any time, which gave these really interesting color combos, which I actually found super fascinating and like stuff that I might want to try and recreate in single colors. Like I love, it's so hard to see. Oh, that's such a bummer. I love it. This range of colors here. It also kind of inspired me to really change up some of my dyeing technique because I've always dyed yarn to have some bare spots and then speckles, and it was always kind of like that, like light spots and speckles. And now I'm doing totally different style of dyeing, like completely different, where the yarn is just completely inundated with color in every spot. Like there's not gonna be really any bare spots anymore. In some colorways I'll still do the old style, but like a lot of my new colors are gonna just have color, full color everywhere. And I love seeing how the different colors mix and how colors that you might not necessarily put together look so beautiful together. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. And I'm also holding a Goosey halo, so mohair all the way through the whole Penguono. So it's wild. It's a trip. So next month we're actually going to Maryland. Our friends are getting married actually the weekend of Rhinebeck. So we will not be at Rhinebeck. We will be in Maryland. And I was thinking we're going to be going to the Renaissance Festival, which I guess is like the biggest one in the country, and it's supposed to be really amazing. And we already agreed no kids, so we're meeting a bunch of friends there. And I'm kind of considering wearing my Penguono to the Ren Fair. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so right now I'm working on the hem. And what I don't understand is all these Penguonos I've seen posted, they all look like really long and like big overcoats, and I don't feel like mine looks that way. It was really short. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. So I'm knitting my hemline much longer than the pattern calls for, because I just don't want this like cropped coat. I want it to be big and like wrap around me, and I'm really concerned that it's like gonna be small and make me feel like a mammoth, and yeah, I don't know. That's sort of why I put it down. I just got so frustrated with it and with how it was fitting, and we'll see. I actually like have been losing weight though. If you want a tangent, I was having stomach troubles for like 5 years, for real. Like, I thought everyone had acid reflux after eating, and I had no idea that that was like just me. And so this is day 6 of an elimination diet, which isn't like a diet to lose weight. It's like a diet to figure out what's bothering your body. So I cut out, you cut out basically everything. I cut out alcohol, sugar, gluten, dairy, eggs, most meats, which I don't eat anyway, legumes, nuts, soy, oh, and all sugar. So, except for like fruit, like naturally occurring low glycemic sugar. And it's insane. Like, it's day 6 and I haven't had any heartburn or acid reflux. My joints feel better. Like, my knees have been hurting so badly for such a long time that I just figured that's how it is. And then, like, no sugar and no gluten or whatever it is that's been bothering me, my knees are fine. Like, I can squat, I can, like, use my knees like a normal human being. And, like, some of my bloating has gone down. Like, I can wear my wedding ring again because my joints were so bloated I couldn't get it over my knuckle. It's just wild. And I've lost a little bit of weight. I don't know how much because it's not about that, so I'm not weighing myself. But I do hope that's kind of like a pleasant side effect. Anyway, sorry, my camera just got knocked over. I'm hoping that I'm losing weight as like a little side effect, and will feel a little bit more comfortable in my skin and more comfortable seeing myself on camera, and so we'll actually publish some of these things. And sorry, I'm just gonna adjust. Oh, that's better. Yeah, and then maybe I'll feel more comfortable in my pinguono, and just comfortable, I think, will be just the word of this thing. So anyway, an elimination diet works by you completely eliminate all those things, and in 3 weeks you can add back one thing. And so in 2 more weeks in 1 day, I'll add back eggs, because there's a lot of recipes I can make. Like, it looks like the paleo diet is a lot along the lines of what I'm doing right now, except they use a lot of eggs. Excuse me. So I think if I add eggs, there'll be a lot more recipes available to me. And also I love eggs. So, and then I don't know, after that, we'll see. It was really, the first 4 days I wanted to like steal my son's like candy if he had any, and like just eat everything in my sight. And even yesterday he was eating these like white cheddar cheesy puffs from Whole Foods, and I like, oh, it was like a physical feeling. Like, I wanted them so badly. So badly. It was like I had to leave the room just to not look at them. And then I ended up eating an apple just to sort of like tell my stomach it was full and we don't need any more junk food. Anyway, I don't know how Pinguono got to that, but that's sort of what's going on currently. Yeah, the elimination diet. It's making me feel better. So, back to the Pinguono. I'm doing the hem in, a few colors. These are all fingering weight. No, this is sport weight. This is a dark, dark, dark Sleeping Dogs that I actually screwed up and kept for myself, but I like it. I like a dark one. And then I have Order of Merlin, and I have 4 Privet Drive, and then for the Halo Mohair, I have Gringotts, which I think is so beautiful. So that's the hem, and I think I'm going to do the hem and the collar if not all in the same colors, at least trying for like blues and grays. So it sort of ties together a little bit. I should probably really pick this back up again. I feel like just talking about it, I suddenly want to start working on it again. Anyway, all of my leftover yarn I put in this big porter bin from Fringe, and it's so full, and it's amazing how much less full it is. The thing was overflowing with yarn. It was everywhere. I had my Advent colors from last year in it, and it was just completely filled. So it's really cool seeing it go down. And that is definitely a thing I like about Stephen West, in that, like, he makes projects, it's like he knows we all have all these yarn scraps laying around that it's too much left, so we can't get rid of it, but it's not enough to do anything with, and like, he makes projects for us to like satisfy. Sorry, hi, there's my forehead. I'm putting like all my yarn right at my feet. He does all these things that help us figure out what to do with scraps, which I'm like eternally grateful. So that's my penguono. I also have talked about it forever ago, and I've barely worked on it since. My Gables sweater. Oh, did I start a sleeve? Oh, yay! I didn't know I was that far along. So this is my Gable sweater. It's by Hannah Fettig for Brooklyn Tweed. I'm doing it in dorsal fin on Goosey Sparkle. It's a fingering weight, but in sparkle. I just think it's so beautiful. I wanted a really simple looking sweater that had a little bit of detail and interest. And I loved how the hem of this, for one, it goes lower in the back, as you can see, so it covers my butt, which is nice. And I love this hem, how it does this triangle. I just think that's so beautiful. I have actually kits for this in the shop, because I love it. And I figured, like, if I'm ever working on one big project, I'll always have a kit, that same project in a kit form in my shop, as it's sort of like a low-key knit along. Like, you can get it and work along with me, but like, I don't have to go on a forum because I'm really bad at forums. And it looks like I started my sleeve. I totally didn't even realize I had started the sleeves. I should get to work on this. I thought I had way less done. This is really exciting. Yay! I have a sleeve partially made. Look at all that sparkle. Can you see it? It's really pretty. Maybe I can have this done for like Christmas next year. Knowing me, because I have a lot of things that I really desperately want to cast on, and I feel like I have cast-on-itis right now. This is the worst podcast. I'm sorry. He fell down on his fire engine ladder and he hurt his knee. So he's off eating French fries. I'm hoping to get this done really fast. Oh my gosh. Anyway. I really love the Gable sweater by Hannah Fettig for Brooklyn Tweed, and I need to get back on it again. I'm holding, it's the same color, but I'm using two separate balls of yarn because, I don't know, every yarn dyed is a little bit different, so I'm trying to sort of make it so there's not any obvious like color changes, and I think it's doing a great job. Like, it looks like a nice even color all the way through. I really love this color. It's kind of like a purpley gray blue. Like, it's just beautiful. I really love it. Dorsal fin. It was a summer color that I kept around, honestly, because I felt like I didn't have enough tonals in my shop, and I don't know, I've been in a tonal mood lately. Like, it's kind of all I really want to work with. Except, I don't know, I like dyeing non-tonal because they're really fun. Who knows? Lupin's barking because we have a no. We have a big trash pickup today, and we got rid of Goose's changing table because it was a piece of crap, and it was really heavy and really big, because this little room that I'm sitting in is like gonna become like a little reading room slash just a nice spot to sit down. Anyway, tangent. Yeah, I don't know. I just love this sweater. I keep looking at the sleeve. It's so pretty to me. I don't know. I love it. What am I knitting on? I haven't picked it up in so long. They're Hiya sharps for sure. If it's not signature needles, it's Hiya. Almost always, unless I literally am out of options. And then I'll use like whatever else I have. Size 5s. US 5s. Wow, I love them so much. Yeah, I am a needle snob. I love signature needles, but obviously they're really expensive, and if I already have the size needle I need, then I can't really justify getting any new ones. But anytime I don't have a needle, now I like immediately go buy signatures because I just love them. I used to be an Addy girl, and I don't know what happened. Then I found Hiya and I thought they were a better price. They're all kind of the same price now, but Hiya sharps used to be a much better price than Addies. And they're sharper, I think. And they're lighter. I don't know. I just like them a lot better. And I like their bands better than Addies. So yeah. And oh, I'm holding this in my knit sack bag. I love this bag. It's such a good size. This is by Andrea at The Knit Sack. She's awesome. I love her so much. It's a perfect place for your balls. That's funny. I just guffawed on camera. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I love this bag and I want more of hers. So you should go check her out too. She's got really, it's so nice. It's got like inside lining. Here's what I laughed at. The knit sack, perfect place for your balls. So naughty. It's got little pockets in here. It's really well done. I love it. Anyway, here's a picture of the gable when it's completed. And then I'm gonna stop talking about it. Maybe I'll even get a hat just like that. And then I'll look just like her. Okay, what else am I working on? I technically have 2 more whips, but I don't know. One of the bags is in the car, which my husband has at work. But I'm making these socks for my dad for his birthday next month. These are Badly Lit. This is Wintry Mix. I'm using my Goosey Cushy base. It's my cashmere blend. And then just Goosey sock for the cuffs, heels, and toes. And I believe I did a German short row heel, which I'm gonna have to remind myself how to do it again when I get to the, I'm only like here on my next sock, so I really have to kick it into gear, because those will have to be ready before we leave for Maryland, which is like the 17th or 18th, because my dad's birthday is the 21st of October. And so I want to make sure he has them before we leave rather than after. Anyway, I know you've heard it before. I know you probably have the same opinion. It sucks knitting socks for men. They have the biggest freaking feet. My dad's foot is huge. This is like not stretched out. It's not blocked. It's on large sock blockers. And it's not enough. It's like all this loose room. It's huge. But I love this color, Wintry Mix. Actually, when we were in New York, I went to, here's just another like side story. We went to Brooklyn General. We only had time to get to like, it was such a whirlwind trip. We only had time really for no shops, but I was like, if we're gonna be in New York, I need to go at least to one shop. So we went to, we have friends in Brooklyn, so we went to Brooklyn General. Which I'm really happy about. And one of the yarns I bought was this really pretty yarn by Magpie. It is, there, you can see it a little bit better. It's like a gray, a charcoal and blues. It's called Empty Night, Magpie Fibers. It's on her swanky sock. I thought it was so beautiful, and I'm like, showing David, I'm like, look at this beautiful yarn. What a beautiful colorway. And he's like, isn't that your wintry mix color? Like, no wonder I'm drawn to it. It's literally the same color. I can't believe it. At least I have good taste. I mean, Magpie's, she's no slouch. So, I can't believe I have, like, why do I always get the same colors all the time? Anyway, I like it. Maybe another pair of socks. I guess while I'm talking about it, I'll just show you a small haul. I got some Yoth yarns and the little brother fingering weight. I got some, what, Woolfolk? Woolfolk. And they're snow. I got a bunch of these. They're so soft. I don't know why I got so many of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I have no projects like on the horizon. I got some fingering loft from Brooklyn Tweed. I almost never buy other dyers' colors, but like some of them, I mean, I probably shouldn't have bought Magpie because I justify it. I'm like, well, I'll buy another dyer if like it's totally different than anything that I dye, and then I go and I buy Magpie, which is very similar, but it's Magpie, and I just really wanted a skein of hers. Yoth yarn too. I don't know. It's tonals, but I just wanted them. I don't know. I know I could just do these. I think I do these, but everyone's a little different, so I just wanted to have it. Woolfolk's definitely different than anything I have. It's definitely like differently plied. It's just totally different. So I got that. I feel fine about that. I feel fine about everything, honestly. I bought some Brooklyn Tweed Loft. I got in Button Jar and I got in Foothills. I have no plans for either of these. I just liked them. Same with this. I got their Quarry in Hematite. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know. I was kind of thinking this one I feel great about getting. It's a chunky weight. I don't carry a chunky weight, so I feel good about getting it. I'm kind of want to make this Squalamy. I don't know. It's on the Brooklyn Tweed. It's a chunky weight cardigan. It looks big and like just cozy for winter. So I was thinking about making one in this, but my problem is I don't think this color looks good on me. I just was drawn to it because it's different than anything that I make, because I don't make colors like this. I don't tend to wear reds. It brings out the red in my face. Anyway, then I also bought a couple skeins of their Shelter in Storm Cloud, because I was like, I'd really like to make a cardigan out of this. In Brooklyn Tweed, you know, it's got that rusticy feel. It's very like almost a tacky kind of feel to the yarn. Like you can feel like it'll stick and felt to itself really nicely. So I'm definitely going to make a sweater for myself. Oh my gosh, what's it called? I'm gonna have to check. Bronwyn. It's the Bronwyn pullover I want to make. So I need a bunch, so I bought a bunch. So I'm definitely gonna make a Bronwyn out of Storm Cloud. So you'll see that in the works fairly soon. Maybe. I feel really weird posting like projects with other dyers on the Goosey Fibers Instagram, because it's like the Goosey Fibers Instagram and I don't really know what to do. I don't have a personal Instagram right now. Maybe I should just make one. So we'll see. I'll probably post about it. Who cares? And lastly, I have one more whip. It is my, I just started yesterday. It is my skiff hat. Yeah, the skiff. It's by Jared Flood, Brooklyn Tweed. I love their patterns. They're just kind of like classic, clean patterns. I'm really drawn to them. It's a worsted weight. I'm doing the watch cap, so I don't know how much I can say about a pattern without like getting in trouble. I've done the ribbing so far. I'm using Goosey worsted in the forage colorway. It's a pretty new colorway. It's really pretty. It's like a grayish, brownish, like almost like tiny little bits of lavender tinting to it. I just think it's so pretty. I love it. It's such a nice neutral. And I just wanted to, yeah, it'll be for me. I read that this pattern is huge. Like that was, I look at like the comments in projects and everyone is like, oh, it's huge. It's really big. And there's not like sizes. It's like one size fits all. So I'm just sized down by one size in all of my needles. And now I'm like, I don't know. That seemed to be what a lot of people were saying they did and it worked out great. But now I'm like, maybe my head is huge. I'm worried it's going to be like too small. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so yeah, I sized down and I just, there's not a lot to talk about right now. I'm just knitting even for a little while longer before the pattern starts, because this will be the brim, so this will fold up over sort of the knitted stockinette. It'll just fold up like that, and that'll be part of the watch cap. What I love, and I notice a lot of Brooklyn Tweed patterns do this, and it's like my favorite thing ever. They love a tubular cast on, and so do I. It just feels so professional. Like, it just feels like a really completed edge to me. I love it so much. And it's super, super stretchy, which is nice. Kind of thinking of doing tubular cast-ons for socks from now on. I wonder how that would work. We'll see. I always do it's like the old Norwegian and it's the German cast-on or whatever. It's the same cast-on. But maybe I'll do tubular because I love the tubular cast-on. It feels like a real special project to me for some reason. So yeah, I have a couple cakes of my forage all ready to go, and already going actually. And I'm just really excited to get to the pattern part. I think I will probably today. That sort of falls with my, like, I just finished the Braille Shawl, which is all fingering weight. So I wanted like a heavyweight yarn to sort of switch over to. So there's a quick knit with a hat in worsted weight. I'm really excited. I have to decide if I'm gonna do like a faux fur pom-pom for it, or if I'll make a pom-pom. I'm not great at making them, so I'll probably just go faux fur. Okay, and I just have two more things I just wanted to talk about because they've just been on my mind. One, I know this has been everywhere, the Throwback Cardigan. And I definitely am going to be making one for myself. Actually my yarn is drying right now, but I wanted to show you the colors that I picked. So these aren't the colors, the skeins I'll be using, because these are all fingering weight. I just had these available. This is what I'm using. Excuse me. So this is my main color. This is Mars Dust, which I love. It's part of my Knitting the Stars thing. It's just a really rust-colored red, orange, reddish orange. I think it's beautiful. I love this color so much. And it's so funny. I came out with this color and it was like 2 days later she posted the throwback. And it's like, it's literally the same color. So I'm doing that, and then these will be my alternates, my little contrast colors. I forget words. Here's Ursa. This is another one of my Knit the Stars. Here is Orion's belt. You saw this in my Birds of a Feather shawl, and I'll be breaking it out again for this. And here is Space Exhaust, which I think is just the coolest color ever. It's like brown, but it has all these colors all intermixed throughout. It's super interesting. I need to get some more pictures of that color. I really love it. So that's going to be my throwback cardigan, and then I don't have the printout with me right now, but I need help deciding. I'm going to do a Guthrie sweater by Boyland Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter. This will be like the main color. This is Grimald Place, and I can't decide if I should do it with Care of Magical Creatures, which would look really cool, or I've been dying to get Pleiades in a pattern. Like, I love this color. This is another one of the new star colors, Pleiades. Augie, just one more minute, okay?
No, I can see it.
Come on over. You can sit with me.
Yeah.
Come on over.
I'm looking baseball.
Okay. Sorry, guys. He really wants to be on camera.
Living wants to be on the camera.
Okay. He's got baby phone. Here we go. So, yeah, everyone sees it. Good job. Okay, Mama's gonna talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm dying to knit something with Pleiades. I think it's so beautiful, but I don't know if it shows up well enough with Grimald. I guess it does, right? It does. Oh, that would look really good. But then I've been dying for like a year to knit with Care of Magical Creatures, and I don't know which one to do. I don't know. If you want to leave a comment, please do, because I genuinely don't know which one. I'm leaning towards Pleiades just because I've been dying to use it. We'll see. I'm probably also going to post on Instagram and get some opinions.
Don't do that.
And I also just wanted to, before we go, we've got to eat some lunch, and it's been a disaster of a podcast. I'm really sorry. Thank you for your patience. I just wanted to say real quick, check out my newsletter at gooseyfibers.com. You get, I have an itch on my hand. I don't post a ton. I don't send out a ton, so your inbox isn't going to be filled, but it's just updates, and it generally has like a little sale code to use. And I'm going to be sending one out.
Mama, why are you talking?
I don't know. I'm going to be sending one out really soon, probably in the next day or two. So you should go sign up. And also, what else? Oh, we're over 2,000 followers on Instagram, and I completely, like, it came and went, and I didn't even notice, and then I checked this morning and was like, blown away. So we need to do a giveaway. And I'm actually going to do a giveaway for a Guthrie sweater quantity. So you'll get to also go through the agony of deciding what colors look good with what colors. And I'll post some, it's going to be a giveaway on Instagram only, and I will post some rules. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like tag 2 friends and tell me what colors you would use. Yeah, and it's going to be today. I'm going to post it, and it'll go until October 17th, so probably about 2.5 weeks. And that's all I've got. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I need to say link.
Link?
Yeah.
All right, he wanted to say link. It's good stuff.
Link.
Okay, we gotta get going. We gotta eat some lunch, and if you've made it through this far, you guys, I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful every day for all of you, and anyone that came to my trunk shows. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and hopefully there'll be some trunk shows in the future, and I'll get to meet some more people. And until next time, you guys, mwah! You want to blow a kiss?
Mwah.
everybody. Welcome to Goosey Fibers podcast. I'm Kate. I'm sorry, I keep looking off screen. And please stop hitting the red button.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm looking off screen because my toddler, Goosey, is obsessed with cameras right now, and he keeps hitting the red button. So this might be the most disjointed podcast ever. I feel like I need to move away from the camera or something. Let's try this. If you could see this setup, it's so janky. I can't find the hookup for my tripod.
Yeah, same.
And so I'm using my camera, and it's like taped around the base of the tripod just to make it stay. So if it starts going like this, or if this little dude starts...
And your latte.
I'm really sorry about this. I just wanted...
And your latte.
This isn't working.
And your latte.